Hello everyone, Namaste,
Hi
and
everyone.
hi, good to see.
Namaste, everyone.
Yes, so everybody, please one by one tell me how are you guys doing and what's what kind of energy you are experiencing nowadays in your life. Yes, Pavni, you tell me first.
Namaste, everybody. So, after 300 hours, I completed in the first week of January. There was a lot of ups and downs, and it was a bit turbulent inside. Externally, nobody knows what is happening to me, but internally, there were a lot of turbulence. But slowly, it will settle down, and I'm feeling quite calm and easy these days. I'm practicing meditations every day, and I'm doing good. Thank you.
Uh, what is the main energy or inner quality or meditative quality you are living nowadays or you are missing to live nowadays? Both.
I'm experiencing a lot of peace and a lot of connection. Missing is some restlessness, which I'm not sure about what. And yeah, that is one thing. I feel a little restless inside.
Now, this is amazing. You see, usually, of course, in 300 hour, you realize that how different it is um, to the peace and restfulness are completely two different energies and how differently they work. And that's exactly what I mean when I tell you that it's amazing to recognize that you feel peace, a lot of peace around you, but at the same time, you still feel restless inside you. Usually, people would say, if you are peaceful, why are you restless? But no, they are two different energies, they work differently. And it's very good that you are recognizing them separately and you need to see what it is going to reveal to you. There may be something beautiful going to happen because whatever happens in life is always beautiful. Probably energy wants to push you.
Goosebumps when you said that.
Yeah. So I don't want you to give the solution to finish restlessness because I don't want to disrupt the process.
Yeah,
I
I
have
can see that it
initiated
is.
this. I have initiated the question. You did not ask it. So I am not going to give you any solution for restlessness because I want to see what it is going to reveal to you. Okay?
I can see a lot of a different level of connection to the energy of the universe. Um, like my meditation states are much different than what it was before. The kind of visions I have during meditation are also like very different. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I had actually sent you a message about some visions that I had about Akash Ganga and things like that. Yeah, it's actually beautiful.
Yes. So let's let's live with that. Maybe on the next call we can discuss what it revealed. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Trust the life, keep flowing. Let us enjoy what it is going to offer you. Okay? Wonderful. All right. So, next, who is going to share? Anybody, just do it. Yes, Minu.
Namaskar, everybody. Uh, I think I'm actually very, very happy now that I have overcome this feeling of expectations from anyone. I just do things with zero expectations. If somebody needs help, I just help. And if I see there's a need to help, I help. But I think there's one thing that I've overcome is being empathy. Because as a counselor, I used to feel sorry for everybody, and then I end up going nowhere. But now I think every single work I do, I just tell myself, don't be empathy because it doesn't solve people's problem. But being compassionate, actually, I solve a lot of people's problems. Second thing, I don't get trapped emotionally. I'm able to like say this person is a client and that's it. So there's no emotional attachment. And the third thing is I think I feel very relief even if let's say they come to me, but for some reason they have relapse, then I don't blame myself anymore. I used to blame myself thinking I didn't do my job, but I can see the difference. If somebody doesn't work for themselves, then it's their fault. It's not my fault. So if I get complaints, I just accept it as in okay, let's just accept I'm not perfect. Uh, and on the other hand, I also understand that in order for us to improve, we have to work on ourselves. We can't expect somebody else to work. So that's one. Second thing is I'm actually very joyful these days. I I don't have problems waking up. I don't feel guilty conscious if I sleep extra. And then also if I overeat, some days I'm just too happy. I eat so much of sugar. And the next day I'm like, okay, that's done. Let's just go with the flow. And another thing is I no longer carry this guilt that I'm not good enough. I slowly learned the fact that I'm not perfect and everything in life there will be challenges, but I just have to walk through it. And honestly, I think the thing that keeps me going is that experience I had with Master Dave in the sea in Goa. I keep remembering that flash of the waves hitting us, and it's actually every time it hits, it's actually to remind us that uh okay, something is not right, just correct it. So yes, I feel extremely good. And but again, I don't want to tell myself that this is what it is. I just said this is for this moment and I just bypass. So far I feel good.
All right. So, what is that you are missing? The quality you are missing to live nowadays?
The quality that I'm missing is still about mindfulness in certain aspects. It doesn't want me to be mindful. I don't know how, but I have to find a way to tell myself, like, no, you really have to be mindful in a lot of things. And sometimes in 0 hours, as much as I want to do it as 100% 0 hours, I still have this word contemplation that goes on once it's like, especially there's something really going on. Even if I try to do in a 0 hour, the contemplation keeps coming and I don't know how, but I have to find a way to come out of that, I think. But that is mindfulness in certain areas, it's still not there. It is still something huge I have to work on.
Hmm. All right. So, you know, Meena,
Mm.
when we when we work on emotional maturity, especially as a therapist, it is very different than being emotionally immune or emotionally stoned, right?
Yes.
I want you guys to be emotionally mature but not emotionally stoned. Okay? It's okay to be human, because if you are not human, you are not a therapist or anybody.
Right.
If you're not a good human, you are not a good therapist also.
Mm.
Okay? And it is okay to be a normal human, a normal good human with a dependency and understanding of a pure consciousness inside, which is not trapped in the matrix, yet recognizing the nature of the matrix, that in that the things work this way only. Now, this means that those who are living in the matrix will behave trapped, right?
Mm.
It's okay to have expectations, it's okay to have expectations breaking. Both are okay.
Mm.
Okay, it's okay to keep moving, it's okay to keep trying and retrying. It's okay to trust, it's okay to let the trust break. It's okay to still keep trusting, because that is going to make you much more bigger than what the matrix can trap you with, right? If you, on the name of spirituality, escape or try to run away from the usual flow of life, then you will never feel empowered enough or big enough, like, what I call Mahajivan, a bigger life where you are able and eligible to go through and absorb any kind of energy, yet remaining unmovable, unshakable, and conscious and bigger than that. Just like we understand about Shiva, this is how he represents his unshakable consciousness. He doesn't run away from anything. Okay? So these are the fine things you need to remember always. Second thing is, even about, for example, you said that sometimes you work on a person and the person relapsed, and you don't no longer think that you are at fault. Probably it's the fault of the other person. Many times, especially when we work with humans, most of the time, it is true in relationship, it's true in therapy, it is true in normal support, normal family, normal friendship, normal romance. It's important to not to try to find the fault of anybody. That's the key. Because when you find the fault, or when you try to establish the fault inside you, whether you find yourself at fault or whether you find other person at fault, what you do is you create a wall. But when you don't live with the compulsion of finding establishing the fault, that whose fault was this, while you look for what best can be done now, with love, with support, with acceptance, then things keep going. And then you are better and more mature human, lover, friend, therapist, trainer, everybody, coach, right? Because before all these big names, therapist, trainer, coach, we have to attain something very simple and very basic inside us, that is our simple, basic, pure, unshakable, loving heart. If we dry up the love we carry inside us for any logical reason, It's not good. And the matrix keeps giving you the logical reason of being stoned, not to love, not to trust, not to support, not to do this, not to do that. There would be 10,000 reasons you will always be finding for not to do certain thing. But you just need one reason to keep doing what you want to do without any logic, beyond any logic, beyond any reason. And that is the love in your heart, right? If everybody of us just keep this love as a base of our being, nothing can stop us. Whatever you will do, whatever you will not do in life, just being in love will going to solve your life, whatever it means for anybody, right? So we have to just come back to basic and correct that, right? And remember this always. Great. Yup. Keep flowing, keep enjoying. Good. Who's gonna be the next?
I can go next.
Oh, yes, Faith.
Hi. Hello, everyone. I love that, Dave. That is just, I think for me, I'm often, I have people in my life that cause me to feel maybe some judgment, something, but I can feel the kind of the recognition in myself when I'm not feeling that love, and knowing that that's where I've got to get back to. So yeah, I feel like that's the working surface, if you like, constantly, just keeping that and finding a way to that feels very important. So my week, my energy, I'm at a point in my life where nothing is certain. Work isn't certain. I've started my meditation teaching now, like not the voluntary, but like running my own class. I'm just starting with one. Uncertainty, how that's going to take off, and so lots of questioning, lots of but although I have those voices and that feeling of uncertainty, I sort of feel like I'm doing this a lot at the moment with everything, that I'm also naturally more accepting as well. So I have those little moments where the kind of worry and the niggles kind of kick in, but they're not really strong because I seem to be able to come back as well. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at the moment. Does that make any sense at all? I don't know.
Yeah, that surely makes sense that you are hanging on. You are believing what you want to do. You are hanging on. You are trying to just be there, and then even if you feel pushed by life, you somehow again manage to come back. That means you are grounded in your belief, and you are grounded in your vision of what you want to do, what you want to live, and what you want to deliver. And that is the main thing. Let it be a kind of madness. It's very important. I always say in my trainings, if you are not mad, sorry, spirituality is not for you. It's a very beautiful carnival of madness, of love, of connection, of ecstasy. And if you are not a carnival psyche person, then how will you enjoy the carnival? Carnival needs some madness. It's not at all a white collared office thing. It's not at all that. It is a carnival on the road where you are wearing something or not wearing something, having a face mask or have your face painted, or dancing or just rotating or doing somersaults or doing whatever. Everybody in this carnival contributes to the beauty of carnival in their own way, and everybody is accepted, and everybody is welcome to participate, because carnival cannot happen alone. Carnival happens only when lot many people with that zeal, that psyche of having a carnival fun come together, contribute in their own way, in their own unique way, to make it an amazing experience for everyone. Those who participate, those who are onlookers. Spiritual people are the one who are participating in the carnival. They are not the onlookers. They cannot be. They cannot be, because that life is done. When you jump on this path, you are in the carnival. There is a celebration happening. And that celebration has no logic. That celebration requires only some madness. And you can never be able to explain it to anybody, and you have no need actually to explain it to anybody. Those who try to prove their point or try to explain it to anybody, be it your parents or your kids or your colleagues or anybody, you're going to create a mess. It doesn't happen. It is like carnival is going, you are in the parade, you are dancing or you are juggling or doing something, your activity, and there are people on both the sides of the road and they are looking, and there are more tourists who they were not knowing that carnival is going to happen, but they just got to know and they just came and they just started seeing you, the parade. And in that, few of the people who were just looking, they jump in the parade and they also start to dance or they start to do their things. Those are your people. They got infected by your ecstasy, your joy, and your madness. But those who decide not to jump in the parade, just see, those who decide to see and judge, those who decide that it's just a carnival, let's go back to our work, and they go back to their work, you will never be able to explain them what you are feeling.
Mm,
So never try
mm,
that.
mm, mm,
Never try that. Know that you are that crazy person who has the capacity to dance along on your own tune and sing your own song, even if it makes sense to anybody else or not, but you can keep doing that till the time you have the energy to do that and you have that trust and believe in that. And that is it. That
mm,
song comes from you, that
mm,
song is for you, and that's the completion of it.
mm,
And when you be in that energy of singing your own song, dancing on it without bothering about anything in life, the universe takes care. It actually starts loving you. It gives you the required things to keep singing, to be able to keep singing. It always happens. Because then it is between you and universe really like some mad in love people, some mad in joy people. Universe doesn't really like mad after money people or mad after war people or mad after fighting people or mad after judgment people. No, nobody likes them. Universe also don't like them. Right. But you have to know it yourself that it's your song. If you will not sing it, if you will not dance on it, who else will do it? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so amazing that it's just by one way of looking at yourself that how you want to look at yourself and how you look at yourself, it changes your entire life. You can choose every single morning, for example, when you get out of the bed, when you wake up, and when you go to the mirror and see yourself, it's your choice what you see in the mirror that day,
Mhm.
that morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look that crazy girl singing the song of her life, loving to do something which can create some beauty around, or whatever is your feeling. Just look at that image in the mirror every single morning. Look at yourself like that,
Mhm. Mhm.
and that's
You
it.
make it sound so simple, Dave.
It is simple. It is always simple. That's what I'm telling everybody.
Mhm.
This time, these guys, all my students, in fact, Saki is already here, they made so much of fun of me. Whenever I used to say simple, these 4 5 people used to laugh a lot because they were referring to some, yeah, Bryant and Christine is also there. So they are remembering it. And Saki and Jivle, they were always laughing at me. Whenever I used to say simple, they were like, yeah, simple. But it is simple what to do. I would say simple, of course, always. It is simple. We don't need to complicate.
It is when you arrive there. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of
You
because we're
know,
on the journey towards that realization, aren't we? Really, a lot of us. We you know.
faith, who knows who is arrived, who is not? Probably
True.
what you are feeling is your still journey is the destination. When journey is the destination, which I always believe, it's always very beautiful.
Mm.
Because I don't know whether I am arrived or not, because I never think like that.
Yeah.
What I think like is that whether I am dancing today or not, whether I'm singing today or not, and whether I am living a meaningful life or not, and that's my song, that's my carnival, that's my ecstasy, that's my journey, and I don't actually think about any destination. What else? I mean, I'm not going to change the world. I don't need to. I just need to sing my song. And if somebody wants to sing along, I love that person. So I'm
Yeah.
not having any big ideas about
Yeah.
myself. You must also not have it.
Mm.
Be simple.
Mm.
We are simple people living a simple life which can do some very simple things which the nature, the universe loves. Because nature and universe love simplicity. You know,
Mm. Yeah.
whenever you want to do something special, you complicate it.
True. Yeah.
Nature has done
Definitely.
so many things such simply, hills, mountains, rivers, rain, waterfalls, trees, butterflies, everything is so raw, so simple.
Mm.
Whenever we try to, create a manicured garden with a sound and light show, lots of technology, lots of control, lots of, synchronized music, and oh my God, it's a show. It's not the experience,
Mm.
right? So
Yeah.
let's do
Absolutely.
the experience and not a show.
Yeah.
Will change everything.
Thank
Right.
you.
Most welcome. Who will go next?
Good evening.
Good evening, Brian. Good evening.
Yes. So I'm still in the corporate world.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I've noticed is how I respond to certain things, in a meeting. I love suchness. I can't help it. Can't solve it. Can't fix it. It's suchness.
Yes.
You know, standing in the hallway talking and people are, negative. I break into dance. I'm living a little mad. I like that, because then everyone stops and looks at me like I'm crazy and smiles, but it's changed the mood.
Yeah.
And I don't respond the way I wanted, the initial way I wanted to. The old me. Um, so that's, still exhausting with my, working with my PTSD and getting grounded. And, I come home, I'm exhausted. So I either meditate, I dance, or I just go take a nap. I kind of just let it be what it is, and let the divine show me the way today.
Beautiful. Good. So actually, when we forget the stress of fixing everything, or when we stop trying to fix everything in our life, and more in the life of the people around us, because that's what makes us crazy, that when we stop trying to fix everything in our lives or other life around us, then only we learn how to flow, and then only we allow the universe to work on us, or the life to flow through us, or to live through us. The mind is made to make things complicated. The mind says that you need to fix this, fix this, fix this, fix this, and the list is so long that it will consume your entire life, your each day, and you never know that you are being consumed by your own wrong ideas, by just one crazy idea that I need to fix. Sometimes you just need to let it be. Sometimes there is no fixation. Sometimes you know that, okay, I can just flow through it. Or if not, it's not getting fixed. Let me stop struggling with it. Let me just keep flowing ahead. Let me see what the flow gives me next. And most of the time you realize that you never needed to fix that. Or you were actually not meant to fix that because it was not for you. Right? And then we remain light. We are not heavy. We are not carrying the excess baggage when we live like this. So it's important to recognize this, and suchness, of course, it helps you all the time. This is such. What is good is good. What is not good is not good. Or what is good for me, focus on that. What is not good for me, ignore, keep moving. And that's it. Right? Beautiful. Yes. You tell me what's happening.
Well, I'm watching the world manifest around me a little bit crazily. And so it's good that I can live a little mad. I resigned from I resigned from my job. Last Friday was my last day. And I am starting a new job to keep the, roof over our head and all of that. But since I've been back, I started putting out into the universe and to the divine that I really wanted to get this meditation and teach this teacher training. And so I just started talking to people in my yoga class, and one by one I started subbing a restorative class, and then I subbed a yin class, and then now I'm teaching 5 nights a week. And I've been tapped on the shoulder. I have a date, January 27th or July 27th, excuse me, to teach my first teacher's training on meditation for the 300 level yoga certification. So I am super excited. I've done an outline for them, which is pending, ready to send to you just to have you look at it. But basically it kind of looks like your first day of 100, or not even that much content because I only have a few hours. I could, with the 100 training, we could train them for, 7 days. But I've taken together, the great first introduction. I'm calling it Intro to Meditation, and we're going to do some good stuff, and I'm super excited about that. So, but they keep tapping me on the shoulder, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to work this new job and be tapped on the shoulder over here? So, I'm waiting to see what the universe is going to do.
Good, beautiful. So, universe just listens to you. We learned it under language of life. It just whatever you ask for, you get it. Okay, and your actions are actually the most bold asking. Your actions combined with your intention in the same direction, synchronized action and intention, is the highest form of communication with the universe. Right. And if your intention is sabotaged or contaminated by your doubts and mistrust, you're not speaking good with the universe. Learn that. So, what rewards you are getting, feel more responsible to carry them forward. And don't worry about whether you are ready or not, because you will never be ready. So, forget about that. Just do it. Forget about being ready. Nobody was ever ready in the history of the mankind. Whatever somebody has done, if you ask them, they always say, oh, I never thought of this, I was never ready for this. Okay, so forget this idea of being ready or feeling ready.
Okay.
Right? That's why I say be mad. Mad don't care about being ready. They want to do it, they do it.
They're all doing shake dance in the beginning of my classes. I'm telling you that.
Very nice. Very nice. Good, good, good. Who want to go next? Anybody? Otherwise, I will.
I can go.
Okay. Yes, Saki.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I don't know. I've been feeling, I think, the last couple of weeks a little bit flat and overwhelmed. I think I've left India finally, a couple of weeks ago. And after our training, I did spent some time in some monasteries and did some other things. And I think I spent a lot of time in India and on this path and learned some great stuff. And obviously, my perspective and outlook and things have changed all for the better. I feel very calm and I trust the universe. Like, yeah, everything's going to be fine. So I'm not too stressed or anxious, but I think there's so much that I want to do and need to do in terms of what I want to take my life forward, but also like some personal things I need to focus on. And I think now that I've come to that next step of actually action instead of just absorbing and, rubber hit the road and making things happen and sort of like what's been said, feel a little bit restless, but also needing to work to put a roof over my head and combining everything. And I don't know, just being a little bit overwhelmed, and maybe that's made me feel a bit flat, knowing that it's all going to be fine. But so that's sort of the energy that I've been feeling, and trying to make sense of how to break it down and what to focus on step by step, and not to worry about everything. But it's still, I have that feeling of, oh, okay, there's a lot here to do and I want to achieve. Okay, but how do I get there step by step? And it sort of, that threw me off for a little bit, like a week or two. And but I'm slowly working my way through it. But yeah, sort of that's sort of where I'm at the moment, Dave. Dev.
Yeah, so I understand that feeling. Or what happens that when you have lot many things on the idea levels, on the planning levels, on the level of that, yeah, you can offer this things, and you set up everything in your mind that this is this these things I can do or I can offer and stuff. So on the mind level, everything is there, but the action level, that is not there, and the energy movement is not happening on the action level, on the physical level, then you feel this kind of flat and overwhelmed. It can be fixed in two manner. One, when you are ready to act, that doesn't mean that you feel ready. When you are ready means on a practical possibility level. Like now you have left India, now you can do something or you want to do something. So you are ready. You will not be more ready than this. So don't worry about that. You are ready. Put your idea into action. Take your first step. That will create a wave. Otherwise, you are just being like a pond. And the pond with still water starts to stink after some time. You need the flow, you need the wave, you need some activity. Why you need that? Because of the lots of energy which you have already accumulated on the mind level of understanding of transformation, because you have been going through lots of transformation, which all is very good. So you have created a reservoir, and now the reservoir of water, for example, it has increased in its height. Now the dam gates have to be opened so that the reservoir can release some water into the canals and stuff, which can be put to use. Or another way is forget everything and just enjoy yourself. Create some ripples in your personal life. You need to go out of your headspace, either come to the heart or come to the compassion, sharing. Come to love, come to compassion. Both the ways, when you share, you come to compassion, or if you enjoy yourself, you come to heart, or maybe fall in love or have romantic time or whatever, then again you come to heart. Mind doesn't create a ripple, mind just organizes everything. Heart has to create the ripple, and the madness will be activated by the heart. Use it now.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I like that analogy. Yeah, I think we just got to go do it. But yeah, at times I sort of did a bit of both. I've taken like a week or two before I go back to Australia, just like not a holiday, but just a break, enjoying the beach and the weather in Bali, and just another week or so. Like I've been there a week, another week to go, and then I'm back to Australia. So I was just sort of in that where I wasn't jumping too much, but I So yeah, so a bit of a break, like you said, but I like that was moved from the headspace and sort of,
Good. So
yeah,
this
the reservoir
let
is
it
filled.
be,
You're right.
let it be a very beautiful, pure break for yourself, you know, for in your heart space. Connect with nature. Bali is beautiful with lots of nature. You love nature anyway. You have been living in nature for so long, but again, you know, just where you are not working on yourself, you are not bothered about anything, you are not trying to understand anything, you're just being. Take this time for that. Enjoy or have
Sure.
fun. Party, dance, meet people, try some activities, do whatever. Do some crazy shit. It's okay. Don't do drugs, do crazy shit.
Thank you, Dev. Yeah, appreciate it.
And yeah, it would be beautiful. Okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Good. Wonderful. All right. So now we are going to talk. Charlene, you want to say something?
I don't have to. I mean, if you were wanting to go ahead with, the
Oh,
session, it's
anyway,
fine. Just, you know what I'm going through anyway.
you say, then I can move forward. Yeah.
Sure. Well, as you know, I'm going through the first 100 hours after meeting you years ago, and been learning so much. So, yeah, I mean, not much for me. It's just being a great experience. And as you know, working through my last couple of months in India, and then yes, then putting the actions to go back to Mauritius, and then we'll see what will happen. But yeah.
Yeah. So actually, Charlene had this question, and also this question is quite, I keep listening to this question. Many people keep asking, and I anyway wanted to talk on that. And actually, after talking with all you people with different experiences, now I am thinking about actually doing a master class on this topic later sometime, but I would like to answer this. So, Charlene wanted to ask because she's been working with United Nations for many, many, many years now. And now she has reached to a point where after completing her training with this, she want to go back to Mauritius where she loved to live and want to do something in the meditation and mindfulness space. Uh, and she was asking me about how to actually plan it, how to do it, because she doesn't want to. And I like this vision because she's been a good businesswoman and also been working with topmost executives in the world and also in different big projects. Uh, so her vision was not to actually do it as an experiment of some classes, but to actually develop something which is sustainable, proper, and can create a long-term impact. And then I thought that it would be actually good to discuss this on the call so that it can help everybody. Because as I always say to everyone, apart from preparing yourself truthfully during the training in your own transformation, because if you are simple, you are pure, you are divine, and your divine energy will transfer to the other person and will make the transformation happen in other person. And you must not look for anything less than giving the transformation. And I always say that in that transformation, you can actually stop even bothering about what you are getting in return. So let your base feeling be that. Now, when you are clear on this, then you will build up your entire offering or business, if you want to call it, around this core or around this soul. Okay. Now, you see, everybody is not interested in transformation. In fact, most of the people just want something to change in their life without them changing anything about themselves, right? Don't think it's a challenge. Why? I say, even if people say that they don't want to change or they want to change something in their life without changing anything about themselves, they don't even know what they are talking about. What you need to do is you need to find a gateway into their consciousness. If you are able to do that, you are going to give them a transformative experience. Most of the people, after they attend my training, they say the same thing that, I mean, I would say almost everybody say the same thing, that they never thought that they will get this experience out of this training. They came for something else. They thought something else, but they got it much, much, much more, which is about their own life path. And many people, and in fact, on this call also, we have many examples. Everybody sitting here actually can vouch for that, that everybody says that what we thought of and what we got and how it impacted our life is completely different. And now your entire life path is impacted by this transformative experience. That means that something is changed inside you, which you are loving about yourself. Now that means that I did not made any change. I did not change you. I just lovingly, with my deep trust in each one of you, invited you to dance with me, invited you to love with me, invited you to just talk to me about simple things in life, but not in drama manner, in some gratitude manner, in some love, peace, joy manner, in some freedom manner, in some transformation manner, in some higher manner, where actually you would like to see yourself. So I never told you that you have to do this or you have to become that. During my entire training, did anybody remember that I tell you anything about this? I never do that. But what happens during the training is that you start to see your own self in a new light. You discover yourself, you see, oh my God, I have this also inside me. This is cool, I love it. And then you are hooked. And my job is done. Right? That's the way. Now, that's not what I advertise, what my website say. All that is bullshit in front of what actually happens in the training. I know it myself because I cannot say it. Maybe nobody will come then. But what I just try to say in the advertisement and marketing is what people kind of maybe are looking for according to their idea about it. But when they come and when they realize that this is what they love to do, this is what they are gonna love to do, this is what they are gonna love to see themselves in, then they are hooked. Then they love the transformation. And the same thing you need to give. So giving, I am sure you are going to give very nice, truthful, pure experience, pure sharing from your own heart. Now the key is how to get people up to that mark. So you will talk, you cannot climb up on the hill and shout from there to all the people on the ground that, hey guys, come here. I'm gonna show you a different scene. It doesn't work. For that, you need to go to that, to them, to their level. You need to go and speak their language. You need to tell them that, this is what you're looking for. Okay, yeah, I understand what you feel. I have a different perspective of that. If you want to explore, I can show you. Oh yes, they would say yes, maybe, why not? And then you can tell them, but yeah, for that you need to just climb 10 steps with me. We cannot do it on the ground. We have to go little higher. You have to grow little higher. You have to become little bigger than what you are currently. You have to be ready to leave little drama, if not full, if you want to look at a different perspective. And when they walk up 10 step, you give them something which is tangible, which they can use in their life. You know, maybe just this idea that how important is the freedom for you. And then they will say, yes, this is important. Okay, wow, it is important. Let's talk what is freedom for you. Because once they have said that their freedom is important for you, for them, they are hooked with freedom. Then you can discuss what actually is freedom for them. And that is the way to give people the self-activated transformation. You are just a facilitator. That's why I always say to become a pure channel. You are the pure channel. Right? This way your ego will never come in between. You will not think that you are doing something great because you are just singing your song. Nothing more. So when you sing your song, whether somebody listens to it or not, you still feel happy. I sang my song. Even if it sounds like a donkey singing, still I loved my song. Right. At least it will make you happy. Now, so what we need to do is, of course, I've given you enough analogy, but I just want to now tell you the practical things. You have to, in longer run, okay. So what happened? I just want to share a little bit of my experience. I started teaching. I started my meditations in 1997, and in 2003, for the first time, I started teaching meditation. I started giving workshops. And in 2005, one of my mentor of that time sent me to give the first 3-day residential meditation retreat. And I also got hooked on giving the meditation training. For first 10 years, in fact, not even 10 years, but till 2016, 17, 16, I was giving all the trainings for free. Just sometime asking for donations. Most of the time I was not getting enough donations even to cover the rent of the hall I was hiring to give the training. So I was giving the rent also from my pocket. And I was loving the entire experience. Absolutely. I never thought what I'm getting. I not because it was my madness. It was my song I was singing. And then in 2015, what happened that everybody suddenly turned spiritual because of the WhatsApp and Facebook. Everybody thought that they are spiritual because they were forwarding these spiritual codes. And that time, people actually stopped coming even for the 1-day workshop or 4-hour workshop also. And then I realized that no, people are not valuing it because they are just thinking that they know everything. And I did the opposite thing. I did that I will do now only minimum 10-day program. And it would be a residential program only in Rishikesh. And I will work with only those people who value it. So there would be a price. It would be a 10-day and they have to travel to Rishikesh. these three were big challenges for random people to come. Right, because people have to travel all the way to Rishikesh, minimum for 10 days, and they have to give a price. And I thought, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, doesn't matter. And it worked. But what I did is, I realized that nobody will come for a meditation retreat. So I thought I will start giving a meditation teacher training program, because probably on the name of career thing, and that time yoga teacher training was very famous in India, meditation teacher training will work. So I put a value for a normal person, because when they see my website, they need to know what they are going to get. They are going to get an international certificate, or they will become a teacher, they will be able to start a career after that, blah blah blah. So they get their logical value in the mind, and then they start to come, and then the transformation start to happen, and we started growing in our family. So that's a different thing. And I started that, and I kept on doing my free things and my different opportunities wherever I need to share. But where people used to call me and they used to arrange things, and there were people who are already there to value it, I was doing that. And I still do both, free also, paid also. And that is perfectly fine, because I know that people are valuing it. So my only purpose was that to work with those people who value it. There are very different ways how I can recognize people value or not. Now, to advertise, you have to speak what people are looking for. They are looking for solutions in life for their everyday life challenges. If you make a list of that, you will have minimum 20 to 30 topics. Okay. Now, out of those 20 to 30 topics, what are the topics you relate the most? Probably that is the life you have been living before, or that is the life you are living now. For example, with Faith is a mom, and Faith has this kind of niche to tell parents or kids about mindfulness. She has been working with it. So that's her. She can relate with it, and she can deliver it good, and she has been delivering it good. I had another girl from Ireland, Alicia. She was one of the first 300-hour master. She is also mom of 3 amazing kids, and she started working with busy moms, and she became very hit. She is so full of energy. She never rests. She keeps doing so many things. I really love her. So she could relate with that kind of target group, because she could relate with that based on her own life experience. So she developed her niche. Similarly, out of those 20-30 concern areas or pain points, you will find out what you feel relatable to, where you will be natural to answer people's question, where you will be natural to tell them what can be done, and make sure that you have found your solution or your transformation in those points. Once you have done that, then you are ready. You have found your niche, you have found your skill set, you have found your transformation, and you have found your purity. If you have found your purity, means divine is with you now. You will get the divine support. Okay. Now start focusing on those offerings. That would be your niche. Apart from other things if you want to offer, you can keep offering, but this can be your main subjects, right? And I always say, don't only give normal or random meditation classes, because people go to meditation classes as if they are going to gym or they are going to yoga class, they can drop anytime. People who go to gym, they are the most honest for their gym. Second number is people who go to yoga classes or Pilates classes or dance classes. And the third and the last is meditation classes. Nobody who doesn't want to grow on the path of meditation can come in the regular meditation classes. They don't do that. So it's important to create the coaching programs. Do your meditation classes, find people from there for your coaching programs, which is going to give people some solution and some transformation. And also it will give you the possibility to work with people for certain amount of time where you can see the results, and it will give you some good money also to sustain. Okay? So for example, if you have been working in corporate, you can work with corporate executives, senior management, mid-management, top executives, if you know their concern areas, if you know their pain points. But don't try to teach them something which they already know. Don't try to be their management teacher ever. Become their spiritual friend. Always tell them things from the energy aspect, from the meditation aspect. Actually, you don't need to tell them things like in our training. We do everything through our self-discovery exercises. They will discover themselves. You are facilitating. It would be simple. So no ego clash will ever happen. Right? If they get triggered in something, say, okay, maybe it's not for you right now, just ignore it. Move on to the next. And when they move on to the next, they will also realize the importance of the previous. But you don't need to get into the clash, ever. Right? You are not there to prove your point ever. In my entire class, I never prove my point. I present some things. If it makes sense to you, great. If it doesn't make sense to you, great. Right? We are not here in any kind of ego fight or proving our points or need to feel that, oh, you are big and the other person is not. No, never do that. This way you will be a pure and authentic Kalyan Mitra, a real spiritual friend. Okay? And make a bouquet of offering. Don't only depend on one thing that, oh, I will do meditation classes every Sunday and then you expect people to arrive on that. Sorry, nobody will do that. If you want to do every Sunday, do some workshops or master class, taking different subjects and points where people are going to get some solution. And tell them that if they want to work with you, they can continue with some coaching. Or go for and do some corporate classes. Go find out your particular kind of target group. Sometimes, like I got a student who was a recovery patient and he did the training. His recovery is completed during the training itself, and he went back to his recovery group and he helped many people from them. I had another person who has also done the same thing. I had another person who has done the same thing, recovery from different aspects. I had a girl who has recovered very beautifully from the heartbreak and could heal herself properly. And then she started helping women who were going through the heartbreak or some abuse or some problem with self-worth, started helping them greatly. So there are many, many, many examples. Just be in the place of empowerment when you offer. Okay, don't think that it's like trading, that okay, you got this new product and now you are nervous whether it will sell or not. No, you don't need to feel nervous about anything. You need to offer one offering, second offering, third offering. It will work. Probably sometime if some offering doesn't work, then maybe there are not enough people whom you are able to reach, and they are not able to find out what you are offering. So maybe you need to change your marketing strategy or your style or what you are trying to offer them. Maybe you need to offer them something which you are looking for readily. Don't think that, oh, I want to offer this. If they want to take, they want to take. How will you reach to people? You have to reach to people by speaking their language. And then you can offer them what you want to offer. So just this, right? Offer different things, offer courses, coaching session programs, very important. Actually offer a setup where you get to work with the person for longer time. You are connected with the person for longer time. That is most important. That will give you enough money, that will give you enough result, and that will also get you enough references. Right? And yeah, don't think, because see, it's like a startup and you're an entrepreneur. So don't feel, oh, I'm not good in this, I'm not good in that, I'm not good in digital marketing, I'm not good in video making, I'm not good in communication, I'm not good in technology. Nothing is a rocket science. You don't need to become a IT engineer to do all these things. They are very simple things, and you just need to know the simple thing, what exactly you know. You don't need to know the whole thing anyway. For a very good example is in our Sangha calls, when people want to do when students share their meditation class on our Sangha, on our students community. Initially, some people were like, oh, I'm not good in Zoom, I don't know how it works. I made a rule. If you want to offer a class, learn to use the Zoom yourself. Learn to use the Zoom yourself. Be ready and then come. Don't come unprepared on technology aspect. And it is not a rocket science. It takes 2 minutes. You can call anybody, even you can call us, and we can guide you how to prepare for a Zoom call. It's not a big deal. And literally everybody did it. After that rule, nobody ever complain, oh, I'm not good in Zoom, can you please set it up for me, I never knew how this happened. No, it's a rule. If you want to offer, learn and then come. Similarly, prepare yourself on all the things you need to know. Many times people say, oh, I don't like social media, I don't use it, I don't want to go on it. Now it would be your billboard, it would be a platform. I also don't go to social media for browsing through other profile. In fact, many days I don't open it. I mean, now Mukta and other people handle it, but I still use social media to show what I am offering, and it's a beautiful communication medium. I can also use, in fact, Tinder and Bumble also to find my students. Big deal. I actually found 2 girls from Bumble. Can you beat it? They say, we are not interested in dating you, but we are really interested in what you are doing. Please tell us that. I said, good enough for me. No problem. You see, technology. It can work anywhere, anytime. Why not? Right? Be open. Life works magically. That's what I'm saying. This life is an amazing circus, amazing fun. You think that you are doing something, but you will only know in the end what actually you were doing and what actually was happening with you. And it is amazing. Right? Let it happen. Okay? So this way, you guys can really do a good long lasting thing. Also, don't start to worry about it's working or not working. It is about like any other business. You cannot just expect, you need to have a incubation time, maybe 1 year 2 year, where you actually also learn that probably in your area what kind of people are there, what kind of facility are there, what they are looking for, what they are not looking for. And always offer your things online and offline both. So in your area, don't only depend on that. Online, you can reach anywhere. So your entire world is in front of you. So always do that. Don't limit yourself. If you don't need to limit yourself, why to limit yourself? So do like this and see that, okay, 1 year you will be just experimenting and learning different things and keep learning. In fact, in our master's degree, there is a complete module for this, how to market yourself, including all the tools you need to know, use automations, just the right things, or maybe I'll include that in the master class if I do. So all those things are already there, but you got to get onto that without getting overwhelmed by it, without learning too many extra things. Because if you go to internet or if you go to any website and they tell you about a tool, and you will go mad, reading their features or looking at their videos or blah blah blah. You don't need that much. You just need, if you need, we have a very good saying in India that if you just need to buy a salt, don't go and buy the entire spice box, just buy the salt, because that's what you need. So you have to know what spice you need. If you need salt or if you need chili, just buy that. Don't buy the entire spice box. That, okay, let's take it. Then you will just end up having a stack of spice boxes without knowing what to do with them. And you will be overwhelming yourself, burdening yourself, feeling that, oh, I'm feeling lost now on this. No, you have to remain grounded. That's your power. Okay?
Can I say something, Master Pavani here?
Yes, Pavni.
This was what I really, really was looking for. Didn't know how to. Just recently, I found somebody who is willing to help me, and I'm on the track. And whatever you said now looks very assuring and reassuring. Waiting for your masterclass. Please do it as early as possible.
Yes, so I'm actually thinking about, I need to do a master class on healing also. I'm thinking about starting to do it once I am back from my Europe trip, maybe in September onwards I'll be doing that. We'll see.
That would be awesome.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
good, thank you. Yes, Charlene and anybody else?
I just wanted to say hi.
Hi, good to see you. Lisbeth. So Lisbeth is our master because she is organizing the spiritual fair before people actually knew what the spirituality means in Canada.
Mm,
Many, many years. So you are the
mm.
master of this market, huh? You can share your insight.
Well, I never consider myself a master of anything. I always consider myself a student of life for sure. But I am different in the sense, and Devom knows this very well, that when I joined his program, I was not thinking of going back to business at all. I really took it for my own healing. Having had run businesses and I owned a wellness community center as well as did spiritual and health expos across the province here. So I come in with a little bit of a different wave, if you will, but Master Dev Om's teachings really affected me and infiltrated me. And I felt the call to come back and share the love and light. And I think what I love about this program that sets it apart from so many programs that are out there. And like I said, I used to run expos. So believe me, I've been in touch with so many practitioners and healers and centers over the years. But what makes this program stands out in my eyes is that whole philosophy of sharing love and light, and that it's not focused on business. We understand that the universe is our employer. The universe is what pays us and directs what we're meant to have. And when I took Dev Om's coaching class, the reason I did it was because here in the West, I'm from Canada, Ontario, and when we took the program, Dev said, well, if you're looking for accreditation in coaching, this is not the program for you, because in the West, the focus in the coaching that is accredited is based on the mind and the mental, where the coaching that he teaches, it's basically how to stay out of the mind. It's the exact opposite. And so what other courses there really to take but to take Dev Om's? And I've never regretted it. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and as well, obviously use it a lot in my teachings. Now, I don't know if it's different in the West, Dev, and maybe you can enlighten me on this, but I do all the things you say not to do. So as you know, I work out of a yoga studio, and I do have regular meditation classes, but they're very successful. Like, you know, now this summer it's slowed down a bit, but I usually have a waiting list. Like the room holds 20 people, 21 people, and it's full every week. And I just got back to business. I should just share that. I don't own my own center anymore. I work out of a large yoga studio here. And I went from having one class starting in January, and I'm going to have 4 classes starting in September. I'm up to 3 right now, but it is doing these classes. And one of the things that I really share with people in there is what Dev Om taught us, is that meditation is not something you go to. Meditation is something you become. And in this particular yoga studio, they seem to be soaking it up, Dev.
Yeah.
So I'm very fortunate in that way. I was very intrigued in coming on here today, obviously to touch base with you because I know it's been a while, but I am interested very much in fulfilling my online business as well. To be honest, I've really dedicated the time to create a presence at the studio and to share the love and light. And I'm very pleased with that. And also in doing the workshops there, they're very kind to let me do workshops whenever I want. And they're very well attended, meaning that the love and light is really spreading. But now, I don't want to say I'm in the challenge, but I'm in the next phase would be a more accurate term. I really want to create a successful online that allows freedom for people all over the world to be able to connect with me, but also for me to be all over the world like you do and have the connection with people. So I was looking for a little bit of maybe your intuitive sense for me on that. That's where I'm at right now.
Very good. So, first of all, I'm glad to see you, of course, after long, and also glad to know that things are really going very good. And so, I did not say that don't do the meditation classes. What I said is that you cannot depend on running your business on the meditation classes. You will do that, and from there, you will find people for your coaching. So offer the coaching also, make a bouquet where you are doing meditation classes, you are doing workshops, you are doing coaching, you are doing corporate trainings. Have a multiple this thing, because many places I get this feedback that people, for example, Canada and US nowadays meditation classes, and that too if you are a real good one, because people are now, I am seeing especially in the entire Americas, North Americas, people are now starting to wake up to the real thing more, rather than spending money onto these fake retreats and those, you know, uh, more kind of, spa kind of retreat, like it
Yeah.
can be mental spa, physical spa, whatever. all those ornamental things. People have now started waking up, and also especially in some countries like UK, Germany. Um, Also, I have seen that this shift is slowly happening, and I felt this last year in the in a festival in Europe where I was giving the classes, that I realized that I mean, one day what happened, that there were around 100 people in the entire camp, and there were around 30 teachers. There were different camps and sessions goes on like in festivals, and out of those 100 people, no, at one time there were 12 sessions go around at the same time. Out of those 100 people, 60 people were in my tent. That means
Mhm.
rest of the 40 people in the rest of the 10 tents, whatever. And then I realized that people were, all those people, they were coming to my class every single day. While normally in festival, they just like to try different therapist all the time. They don't repeat every day the same therapist. And then I realized, and also I spoke with people, and they are all in touch with me right now also, that they are really looking for deep things. But I see there were less trainers who actually talk about the real or deep things. Everybody is talking about some quick fix solution, something about manifestation, something about something, but not a long-term transformation, or or the real.
So I have a program that I had called Mastering the Energetic Self.
Hmm.
And the reason that I call it that is because, like you said, it's not the surface. As soon as you say energy, people are either in or out. Because
Yeah.
really, everything we're talking about is mastering the energetic system, right? Through the physical, spiritual, mental, emotional realm. And so as you call it, master class, I just call it mastering the energetic self. And I love the idea of the spiritual coaching. And you're absolutely right. People are no longer looking for the fake. They're no longer looking to buy into these spa day kind of energies. People are looking for real purpose and passion in their life. They're looking for meaning in their
Yes.
life. And
Yes.
because we have so many dropouts now in the health systems, like they'll tell you the health system here in Canada is collapsing, in the US and so forth, people are waking up to the idea that they have to take ownership of their
Yes.
physical health. It's no longer about just going to the doctor, getting a pill and getting better. So it's in that respect that it's waking up. The
Yes.
other thing, the other side of it, though, is that insurance companies, legal experts, they're trying to minimize this. They're trying to create laws and regulations that are limiting this ability. So the language that we use in promoting is so incredibly important, as well as the certifications. And so coaching, of course, is still unregulated, but it's something people can still use. And the reason I'm taking time to explain this is because I totally agree with you. The underlying thing is we're helping people in the soul evolution process. We're helping people in the transformation process. And most importantly, it's about really shining the love and light to outshine whatever else is happening in the external world. And I wanted to ask you, Dev, are you finding the same thing, that it's no longer about following a leader? It's no longer about following a specific teacher. It's about actual communities. It's about villages coming together and sharing that love and light together. Are you finding that as well?
Yes, so I would say in a very professional language that market is much more mature now. People are ready. And this is a
Yeah.
good news, because I am teaching meditation for 20 years, and never ever the acceptability was is so high now. People are accepting it. Uh,
Yeah.
Especially like in the West, where people are more individual, they they no longer want to be a follower, and I love this idea, because it's very hard to sustain the transformation in a follower, because to
Exactly.
create and to sustain the transformation, you need to have some courage of standing for yourself. You need to be an individual. You need to have the courage to become the master of yourself. right? And people are now waking up to that. They no longer want to just be a follower. And that is a huge shift of readiness of the people. Second thing is, now everybody, even in the corporate world, and now, for example, like in Silicon Valley or in US, all these angel investors are saying that if CEO of a startup is not a meditator, we are not going to invest in that company. Now, this actually has created a huge ripple in the entire corporate world, that people are recognizing that meditation is a must. Yes, on the name of meditation, they just do simple vipassana or some Buddhist mindfulness practice, and they don't know the whole scene. But that's where it is good for us, because people are becoming ready, demand is increasing, and there are still very less people who have the real comprehensive knowledge. And
Yeah.
our Sangha is one of that. So we have an amazing possibility to actually spread it if we remain, if we keep doing, and we do in various manner, not focusing on what is not working or learning from what is not working and changing something, changing some approach, speaking the language they can understand. That is for sure. That's what I said, that you cannot climb up to the hill and shout from there, hey, come up. You need to go down to them. You need to talk to them in their language and then bring them. So whatever, for example, if you just say spiritual coaching, maybe only the CEOs or those people who are considered achievers, they would be interested. But people who are in executive level, who are still working on their this thing, probably they are more interested in the mindfulness. Probably.
Mm.
Then also it is important for you to find the right kind of language or the words you use. Maybe you, as you
What
said,
I found
inner
is like
peace, inner.
as part of the teachings that you did. So one of them, for example, was throughout your course, your 300 hours, you talked a lot about anxiety, panic, stress. And so what I did was I took that as a topic and I blew that up into a workshop. I mean, it was sold out the next day. It was crazy. And now
Exactly.
I have that course that I will run probably twice a year, because that is something that people are really, really affected by, right? So that's an
Wonderful.
example of a workshop you take based on, it's not an actual coaching program, but you take it based on those teachings and you create a workshop from it. Yeah.
Exactly. So everybody, please feel free to create your courses or workshops and master classes based on my content. It is all for you. That is not a problem. Also, it is actually practical feedback from Lisbeth. So thanks, Lisbeth, for sharing this. That what I said, that list 20 or 30 areas of problems or struggles people are facing nowadays, like their pain areas, and then find out those areas where you can relate to, and you can share something beautiful and start promoting that. That's exactly what Lisbeth did. So she took those 2 3 areas and created her content, created her program, and delivering it, and it's going on, and people are connected. And this is exactly how you create a successful sharing process. Right. And of course, when your sharing will happen, whatever you need from that will come to you. No problem. Right. So good.
Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate you doing these classes, and thank you for sharing, Dev. It's really invaluable.
Thank you so much. Yes. All right. So we already have taken a long time today, but it was worth it, I think, huh? Anybody wants to
Thank you
say?
so much, Dev. Yeah, very much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Charlene. And so we will close the call now, and those who can sit, you guys can sit for meditation for 10 minutes. I will close the call, and I have to go now, so I will go now. And I'll see you. I don't know when I'm going to do the next call, because next time I will be doing the training in Switzerland, then in Poland. I think Now the next call can happen. Not sure. I will let you know. If I get some time in August, then in August, otherwise in September. Okay.
Thank you
Enjoy.
so much.
Thank you,
It was
everyone.
really
Thank
helpful.
you, San.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See
Thank
you
you.
all.
Bye-bye.
Let's have a
Bye.
good. Okay.